Listen to me carefully. Whatever you were about to do, pause. Whatever tab you were about to open, close it. Whatever decision you were preparing to make, do not move yet, because this moment, right now, is not ordinary. You did not arrive here by accident, and you are not hearing these words randomly. Something has deliberately stopped you, pulled you, interrupted your momentum, and that interruption is protection. Tonight is a crossroads, not a dramatic one that announces itself with noise and chaos, but a silent one. The dangerous kind. The kind where one small action, one sentence sent, one choice made too early, quietly rewrites your future in ways you cannot undo. You are standing exactly there now, and the universe has stepped in before you stepped forward. If you're watching this tonight, especially tonight, it's because something inside you is restless. There's pressure in your chest, a sense that you need to act, to fix something, to say something, to decide something. It feels urgent, logical, necessary, almost righteous. But what feels urgent right now is not aligned, and what feels like clarity is not truth. I know what your mind is doing. It's asking, how could this possibly apply to me? You don't know my situation, and you're right. I don't know the surface details. I don't need to, because this message isn't about circumstances. It's about timing, and the timing tonight is distorted. There are moments, rare ones, when the energetic field around us becomes unstable, when fear dresses itself up as intuition, when ego disguises itself as divine guidance, when desperation pretends to be courage. Tonight is one of those moments, and during these windows, the most dangerous mistakes don't look like mistakes at all. They look like breakthroughs. Right now, something that is meant to happen later is trying to happen now. Something that needs more space, more alignment, more preparation is being rushed by an inner voice that says, do it now or lose it forever. That voice is lying to you. This is not about patience for patience's sake. This is not about waiting because you're afraid. This is about divine timing being very precise. And tonight, the timing is wrong if you move forward with what you're planning. Send that message. Make that call, say those words, sign that agreement, walk away, confront, confess, quit. You will trigger a chain reaction that will take far longer to repair than it would have taken to wait. And the most painful part is this. Once you cross that line, you cannot uncross it. Energy does not rewind. What is trying to reach you right now is real. The change you feel coming is real. The shift you sense is not imagined, but the way to meet it is not through force. And tonight, force is exactly what your ego wants to use, because your ego is terrified. Your ego can feel something slipping out of its control. It knows transformation is approaching, real transformation. The kind that changes identities, patterns, relationships, paths. And because it's afraid of losing control, it's trying to lock something in prematurely, to grab, to secure, to finalize. But anything secured from fear becomes a cage. Anything spoken from desperation carries the vibration of loss. Anything decided tonight, under this pressure, will cost you more than you can see from where you're standing. This message arrived to stop you before you sabotage something sacred, before you interrupt a process that was unfolding perfectly without your interference, before you mistake urgency for destiny. So, if you feel unsettled right now, good. That means you're listening. That means some part of you recognizes the danger of acting too soon. Stay with me. Do not leave. Do not scroll away, because in the next moments, you're going to understand exactly what kind of move you're being tempted to make, and why resisting it tonight may be the decision that saves everything you've been building without realizing it. This is not coincidence. This is containment. And you were meant to hear this before you made a mistake you'd spend years trying to undo. Stay with me, because what you're feeling right now, the pressure, the impatience, the sense that you must do something immediately, is not coming from where you think it is. It feels like clarity. It feels like certainty. It feels like a sudden realization that you finally know what to do. But tonight, that feeling is dangerous. There are moments when the internal signal gets hijacked, when the line between intuition and impulse blurs so completely that even people who are usually grounded, discerning, and spiritually aware get pulled into making moves that later leave them staring at the consequences in disbelief. This is one of those moments. Right now, there is an energetic distortion in play, a kind of static in the unseen layers that amplifies urgency and disguises it as wisdom. It creates the illusion that if you don't act now, you'll miss your chance forever, that this is the moment, that hesitation equals failure, but real intuition is calm. It doesn't shout, it doesn't pressure, it doesn't threaten you with loss. True guidance doesn't come with a racing heart or clenched stomach. It doesn't create panic. It doesn't rush you into corners. And if the voice inside you is saying, "Do it now or everything falls apart," that voice is not your higher self. That voice is fear wearing a crown. Your ego is very clever, especially when it senses that a genuine shift is approaching, when something real is forming, something that could change the trajectory of your life. It panics. Because transformation means loss of control. It means the old identity doesn't survive intact. So the ego intervenes. It pushes urgency. It demands action. It frames impatience as bravery. It tells you waiting is weakness. And the cruel part is this: when ego-driven action happens, it often works at first. You might get a response, a yes, a reaction, a temporary sense of relief. And for a brief moment you'll think, "See, I was right to act." But that relief is borrowed time, because actions taken under distorted timing always come with delayed consequences, or within hours, within days, sometimes within weeks. The energy shifts. What felt aligned starts to feel heavy. What looked like progress begins to unravel, and you realize too late that you forced something that was meant to arrive naturally. What would have unfolded with ease now demands effort. What would have come toward you now pulls away. What was forming gently now resists. This is how people sabotage their own breakthroughs, right before they happen. Tonight, the illusion is especially convincing. It makes premature action feel noble, necessary, even spiritual. But spirituality without discernment is vulnerability. And vulnerability without grounding becomes self-destruction. You may be telling yourself, "I'm just following my instincts." But ask yourself honestly, are you feeling peaceful? Or are you feeling pressured? Are you feeling centered? Or are you feeling desperate for resolution? Because desperation is not a message from the soul. It's a symptom of fear. Fear of losing control, fear of missing out, fear of sitting with uncertainty. And fear is not qualified to lead your life. The universe does not punish waiting. It punishes forcing. Every time you rush what isn't ready, you create resistance. Every time you act before alignment locks in, you scatter the energy that was consolidating on your behalf. And the tragedy is that you rarely see this while it's happening. You only see it afterward, when you're cleaning up damage that didn't need to exist. Tonight is not asking you to be passive. It's asking you to be precise. There is a difference between action and interference. There is a difference between intuition and impulse. There is a difference between courage and compulsion. And if you cannot tell the difference right now, that is the sign that you should not move. Stillness tonight is not avoidance. It is intelligence. Restraint tonight is not fear. it is mastery. In the next part, you're going to recognize exactly how this urgency is trying to express itself in your life, and why the specific move you're being tempted to make is the one that would cost you the most if you act too soon. Do not look away, because once you see it clearly, you won't be able to unsee it. Now it becomes personal because the urgency you're feeling isn't abstract. It isn't vague. It's aiming itself at something specific in your life, a very particular move. And the reason this message feels uncomfortable is because somewhere inside, you already know exactly what that move is. Tonight, the temptation is not random. It follows patterns, and once you see those patterns, you'll recognize yourself immediately. For some of you, the danger is a message, a text you've typed and erased a dozen times, a call you keep rehearsing in your head, an email you're convinced will finally clear the air, explain how you feel, or bring resolution. You've told yourself it's honest, necessary, brave, but it's not coming from wholeness. It's coming from a wound. It's fueled by the fear of losing access, of being forgotten, of sitting in uncertainty one moment longer. And here is the truth most people learn too late. Words spoken from emptiness carry an energy that repels, no matter how beautifully they're written. You could say everything right and still push the other person away, because people don't respond to words. They respond to the state behind the words. And when that state is needy, anxious, or desperate for reassurance, their nervous system feels it immediately. They pull back, not to hurt you, but to protect themselves. And then you're left confused, replaying the interaction, wondering why honesty didn't bring closeness. It's because timing matters more than truth. And tonight is the wrong time. For others of you, the move is a decision, a job offer, a contract, a financial commitment. On paper, it looks smart, safe, logical. People around you are encouraging it. It feels like progress. But your body is hesitating. There's a quiet resistance you've been trying to override. That hesitation is not fear of success. It's intelligence. Opportunities that are meant for you don't require you to silence your intuition to accept them. And if you ignore that inner pause tonight, you may lock yourself into something that drains you faster than it rewards you. Something that looks like advancement, but quietly pulls you off your real path. And once you're in, getting out will cost far more than waiting ever would have. Some of you are carrying words that feel explosive. You've been hurt, disappointed, betrayed, and the pressure to confront, to release, to finally say what you've been holding back has reached a breaking point. You feel like if you don't speak now, you'll drown in it. But there is a difference between speaking your truth and bleeding on someone. Right now, you are reactive, triggered, raw. If you speak tonight, you won't be speaking from clarity. You'll be speaking from pain. And pain does not communicate. It attacks. Words spoken in that state leave scars. Even apologies can't fully erase them. Conversations that could have healed instead escalate. Bridges that could have been repaired burn completely. Wait until your nervous system is calm. Wait until your voice isn't shaking. Wait until your goal is understanding, not release. Some of you are standing at the edge of quitting. A dream, a project, a relationship, something you've invested months or years into. You're exhausted, discouraged, convinced it's not working. Tonight feels like the night to finally walk away and protect yourself from further disappointment. But this is the cruelest illusion of all, because right before breakthroughs, resistance intensifies. Doubt gets louder. Fatigue deepens. This is not a sign of failure. It's the threshold of change. And if you quit now, you won't fail loudly. You'll fail quietly, never knowing how close you were. And then there are those of you about to betray yourselves. You're about to say yes when every part of you is screaming no. to keep the peace, to avoid conflict, to prevent someone from leaving. Each time you do this, you fracture your self-respect. And tonight, doing it again will hurt more than all the times before, because now you're aware. Your boundaries are not negotiable. Your no is sacred. If honoring your truth costs you someone, they were never meant to stay. All of these moves share one thing in common. They feel urgent, but they are premature. And acting on any of them tonight would cost you far more than you think. In the next part, you're going to understand why this pressure peaks right before something powerful arrives, and why the universe often tests you at the exact moment you're most tempted to interfere. Stay here, because what's coming next reframes everything you're experiencing right now. What you're experiencing right now is not random, and it is not a sign that something is wrong. In fact, it's the opposite. The intensity you feel tonight, the pressure, the confusion, the emotional weight, the sense that everything is coming to a head, this only appears at very specific moments. Moments when something significant is about to shift. Moments when a chapter is closing and another is preparing to open. This is the phase most people don't understand. And because they don't understand it, they ruin it. There is a point in every transformation where things become harder instead of easier, where clarity disappears instead of increases, where doubt screams louder than faith. This is not punishment. This is preparation. Think of it this way. Before something new can enter your life, the old structure has to loosen its grip. And when it does, it fights back. Old patterns resist being dismantled. Old identities don't die quietly. Old fears don't release control politely. So the pressure rises. The discomfort intensifies. The urge to act becomes almost unbearable. This is not the universe pushing you away. This is the universe testing your stability. Right before a breakthrough, everything inside you is challenged. Your patience, your trust, your ability to sit in uncertainty without trying to dominate it. And this is where most people fail, not because they're weak, but because no one warned them what this stage would feel like. They think if it were meant to work, it wouldn't feel this hard. So they interfere, they rush, they quit, they force outcomes, and in doing so, they collapse what was about to be born. There is a reason ancient traditions spoke of veils thinning during certain periods, when the internal and external worlds blur, when thoughts feel louder, when emotions feel heavier, when impulses feel more convincing than wisdom. During these times, discernment matters more than action. Stillness becomes protection. Imagine a storm at sea. When waves are violent and visibility is low, the most dangerous thing a captain can do is make sharp turns. You don't navigate chaos with sudden movement. You stabilize. You hold course. You wait for visibility to return. That is what you are being asked to do now. Some of you are interpreting this intensity as a sign to escape, to end something, to run, to burn the bridge and call it freedom. But often, the moment before relief feels exactly like suffocation. This is why so many people walk away 3 steps before the breakthrough. They never see how close they were. The universe doesn't hand transformation to people who panic at pressure. It hands it to those who can remain grounded when everything inside them is screaming for relief. This is not cruelty. It's selection. If you're feeling exhausted, that's because you're in transition. If you're doubting yourself, that's because an old version of you is losing authority. If you feel like quitting, that's because the next level requires you to let go of who you were. And that scares the part of you that only knows survival. But survival is not where you're going. You're being prepared for expansion. And expansion always destabilizes before it integrates. What matters now is not what you do, but what you don't do. Don't rush to resolve discomfort. Don't demand answers prematurely. Don't confuse intensity with instruction. Hold, breathe, stay. Because when this phase passes, and it will, you will see clearly again. And you'll understand why acting tonight would have destroyed something that needed just a little more time to fully align. In the next part, you're going to learn what happens when you choose restraint over impulse, and what is waiting on the other side of this test if you trust it. Do not leave. This is where everything turns. This is the moment everything comes down to. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. Because after everything you've heard, you're standing at a fork in the road. One path feels familiar. It's the path of reacting, fixing, forcing, explaining, chasing relief. The other path is quieter, slower, almost uncomfortable in its stillness. But only one of these paths protects what's being built for you. Tonight is not asking you to act. It's asking you to choose restraint over impulse, to choose trust over control, to choose wisdom over relief. And that choice happens internally before it ever shows up in your actions. Some of you are afraid that if you don't do something right now, you'll lose the opportunity forever, that the door will close, that the person will move on, that the moment will pass. Here is the truth. Your fear doesn't want you to hear. What is meant for you cannot be lost by waiting. If something disappears because you honored your intuition, it was never aligned with your future. Divine timing doesn't punish patience. It rewards it. Right now, the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Not avoidance, not denial, nothing. Stillness is not weakness. It's precision. It's you refusing to contaminate a process that is unfolding beyond what you can see. It's you trusting that something greater than your anxiety is at work. If you know how to meditate, do it now. If you don't, sit quietly. Put your hand on your chest. Slow your breath. And ask yourself this one question. Is the move I'm about to make coming from peace or from fear? Don't analyze the answer, feel it. Your body will tell you the truth faster than your mind ever could. If the thought tightens your chest, knots your stomach, or accelerates your heartbeat, that's not alignment. That's warning. Alignment feels grounded, calm, steady, even when it's challenging. If you've already acted, if you sent the message, had the conversation, made the decision, breathe. This is not condemnation. This is correction. Stop now. Don't double down. Don't justify. There is strength in saying, I moved too fast. There is power in pausing, reassessing, and restoring integrity. Most damage comes not from the first mistake, but from refusing to stop after realizing it. And if cleaning it up requires humility, that humility will protect you more than pride ever could. What's waiting for you on the other side of this restraint is not punishment, it's reward. The universe has been arranging circumstances, conversations, timing, and readiness, both yours and others. And interference delays what alignment accelerates. Think of it like this. If you open the oven too early, the cake collapses, not because it wasn't meant to rise, but because you didn't let it finish. Something in your life is still finishing. And tonight is the test to see whether you trust the process or sabotage it out of impatience. If you can wait, clarity will return. If you can trust, movement will come. If you can stay grounded, what arrives will arrive clean, without chaos, without damage, without regret. So make the commitment now, not publicly, not performatively, internally. Decide that tonight you will not force. Tonight you will not chase. Tonight you will not destroy what is still forming. When the time is right, action will feel obvious, effortless, undeniable. Until then, stillness is your protection. Trust is your shield. And if this message reached you before you made the move, understand this clearly. You were protected. Honor that protection. Wait, and let what's meant for you arrive whole.